Hey YouTube, here tonight, gonna do a final boil for my maple syrup. I've uh, I've got quite a bit of sap reduced down into this. There's probably 50 to 60 gallons of sap reduced down into that. Right now it's sitting right about a little over 7 liters, 7.5 liters there, somewhere around there. Right around 7.5 liters. So it's pretty near syrup. It's still sap, it's still thin. Show you here with a ladle. It's still dripping. It's not really sheeting off the spoon. It's kind of dripping off, but it's getting close. I've got two different batches that I combined into this. The last batch I did, I only been using coffee filters, and I find they plug up so much with the sugar sand that's in your syrup or in your sap that I didn't. I got in a rush and I didn't take my time and filter it off right, and I just put the funnel in, and the bottoms of my bottles had quite a bit of sugar sand in the bottom of them. So I dumped them back into this and finishing them off, and I'm going to filter it through this. It's just an old t-shirt that I dampened, and I got a smaller stock pot than that one. I'm going to finish it off that way there. My thermometers will get a better reading. They can touch it better right there. My thermometers aren't long enough that I wouldn't be getting a real good reading. I'd just be barely in it. Anyway, I'm going to, I got to set up a better evaporator. I've been boiling off on a propane burner, which has been working great. It's just, it takes a lot of propane to boil off this much syrup. I'm going to try the last bit of sap I have. I'm going to try the old house, my old wood cook stove in the old house. I'm going to boil down on that, have my two evaporator pans going on its surface, and see how long it takes me to boil down like that. It'll probably take me a lot longer than the propane burner, but it's a lot cheaper. It's not free, but it's closer to free than what the propane is. So anyway, I'm gonna shut these off here, and I'm gonna ladle everything out of this through that, filter it out, try and get as much of the sugar sand as I can, and hopefully it'll run through my coffee filters a lot easier than it was before. The sugar sand was just plugging them up too much. This here has been filtered 3 or 4 times already, but the more you filter, the clearer and nicer your maple syrup is. So I'll turn these back on when we're about ready to boil a bottle, and see how things are going. All right, so I'm starting the bottle. I'm filtering down through my coffee filter. You can see just drips through. That's what got me last time. It takes so friggin' long to get it down through, but if I just keep a little bit in it and let it go through, I got my pot of syrup now down low temperature. I get it as low as I can get it on my burner here. I just want to keep it warm now so that it flows through that filter as easy as possible. I only got a single filter. Last time I tried doubling the filters, and I think that's part of the reason why I went wrong. The last filtration I did, you look how much dirt and sugar sands in that. That's why I did that. Hopefully now this here won't have sugar sand in the bottom of the bottles. To filter it, you don't have to filter it. Sugar sand in the bottom, as long as you don't use the bottom of it, it's all right if you're just using it for yourself. But I wanted to try and make it as good as I could. I got way more bottles out than what I'll need, but I cleaned enough and just in case I did need more. So anyway, I'll keep bottling, and we'll see how much I end up with. All right, so I'm done. Ended up with 4 liters of syrup. Like I said, it was around 60 gallons. It was I thought it was 50 to 60 gallons that I'd boiled down, but I'm not 100% sure. I had 3 boils that I'd done that I had concentrate from. So, yeah. These ones here, I reuse the lids, the Classico spaghetti lids. They're fine. If they don't seal, they'll stay in the fridge and it won't be nothing. They'll be fine. I did put snap lids on these here. These 3 here, I'm going to give to the family. And I have more sap to go, so I'll end up with probably what I have there right now to boil down. I'll probably end up with 2 more of these just now, without any more sap. Yeah, if I can boil down 2 more and get 2 more of these, that'd give me 7. These here are 650 milliliter bottles. That give us all kinds for ourselves. For maple syrup, we won't need any more than that. I do at Christmas time, for Christmas morning breakfast. We have the whole family here. We make waffles and stuff like that. We've done that the past few years there. We did it in the old house, and we did it in this house, in the new house there this year, and it worked great. All the family come over. There was a couple of stepbrothers that didn't come, but we had a house full here Christmas morning. I know it was COVID and we weren't supposed to, but I really didn't care. If they wanted to come and give me a fine for having too many people in my house, then I did it. They were going to be out Christmas morning doing that. So yeah, so I'd like to have a couple of these bottles set aside just for Christmas morning. With the amount of people we have, it's going to take at least that, and the rest of the time we use our maple syrup for pancakes and French toast and stuff like that. We don't buy normal syrup like Aunt Jemima syrup there, and I know it isn't called that no more, and it's a shame. This cancel culture, I'm not getting into that. Anyway, so that's a little look at the production for this year so far. It's taken me pretty near 4 weeks to get that much syrup out of 10 taps, which isn't too bad. I got 4 liters of syrup. 4 liters of syrup is, you're looking pretty near $80 if you're buying it in the stores. I get more to boil down, and I'll end up having more. Told a cousin of mine this weekend there, once I'm done boiling what I got, next week, whatever sap comes, he's interested in doing the boil, and I'm going to collect the sap for him and let him boil it down. If I had an evaporator, I'd do it all myself, but I'm not doing it on propane. Like I said, the next batch I'm going to do on the wood cook stove. See how that goes. If it goes good, excuse me. I'm gonna do some more, but I promised him some sap for him to boil down with the kids. They were here yesterday, and we had a great time. We had a few drinks and made the kids pancakes and stuff, and some of the sap that we had boiled down that wasn't quite thick enough, it was still a little thin. They used it for their pancakes and they thought it was good, but it's still tasty. It's just, it wasn't thick. This here stuff here is going to be quite thick. Hold the jar up. You can't really see there. That's a little better. We get, it's nice amber color. It's dark, but that's the way it's boiled a few times. That's why it's so dark. And the later in the year you go, the darker your syrup's going to go. Tell you the truth, I like the dark syrup the best. Anyway, this is getting long, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.